comes Michael Likalu. Michael Likalu, the Congo Leopard is his nickname. He was due to make his pro debut earlier in the year against Dale Arrowsmith. That didn't happen, making his pro debut here and now at York Hall.
Looking confident, Likalu.
And please welcome his opponent from Dungarvan in Ireland, Dylan Moran.
Dylan Moran, known as the real deal. Actually started boxing with his dad, training him in his shed in the back garden. That's all he's ever known, is boxing. He's a solid little fighter.
That's an interesting way to start boxing.
This is a welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, weighing 10 stone, 5 pounds. From London, making his debut, the Congo Leopard, Michael Likalu.
What a big moment for Likalu to step into the ring as a pro.
Across the ring in the red corner, wearing the white shorts. Weighing in today at 10 stone and 10 pounds. With a record of 10 victories and just 1 defeat from 11 professional contests, from Dungarvan in Ireland, Dylan Moran.
Plenty of experience for Dylan Moran.
Referee Jeff Hines from Reading, your timekeeper John
new.
Smith. This is a welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds.
Likalu steps into the centre.
Both guys bouncing around, looking confident, so it should make for a good fight.
Round 1.
First round underway. Well, 4 scheduled, 3 minutes each. Moran in early with the body blow. Some solid blows from Moran. Likalu fighting his way out of the corner.
A combination of an orthodox fighter and a southpaw always makes for a good fight. One would have to get past the other's lead hand to be able to land any punches.
Both fighters trying to take it to each other, and now it's Likalu on the front foot.
As you see, every time Likalu puts his lead foot outside Moran's, he lands a great punch.
Footwork's so important. It's not just about the hands, it's about the whole of the body.
In order to keep up the work he's doing now, he'd have to keep that lead foot in that same position.
For Dylan Moran has no knowledge of Likalu. Likalu will have been able to watch Moran's fights. He'll have some idea of exactly what Moran's style is and how he likes to fight. But this is all new for Moran. He's fighting someone making their pro debut. Has to rely on his experience.
Definitely, and that's dangerous in boxing when you head into the unknown. In life it's dangerous, how much more when you get in the ring, someone's throwing punches at you.
From Moran's point of view, taking the fight to Likalu, doing that well so far in this first round. Your ability to impose yourself on your opponent so important.
Most definitely, most definitely. Once you can impose yourself physically, you impose yourself mentally. You know, Moran may have actually watched Likalu a few times, but sometimes the way a guy might fight someone else is not the way he might fight you. So you might get in the ring for a big shot.
Moran stepping in with that right jab. Trainer in the corner telling him to jab his way in to get into Likalu. Off the jabs, going with the left. Likalu doing well.
If Likalu can maintain that lead foot advantage, he'd maintain the control of the fight. But once he gives that up, he gives Moran some inches and some timing to get his punches off.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out of round 2.
Dylan Moran looking to produce more of the same as he did in the first round, taking the fight to Likalu. Likalu did very well, hasn't been overawed by his pro debut. Pretty much gave as good as he got.
See Moran making Likalu think with those feints, keeping him at bay.
Likalu having a swipe at thin air then as he came forward.
Yeah, once Likalu takes a step forward, Moran takes 2 steps back and just keeps that distance between them, just like that.
Moran probing, just trying to find an opening, trying to find a way through, but at the same time being very wary of what Likalu can offer.
Most definitely, most definitely. But Moran's controlling the distance. He seems comfortable in doing what he's doing at the moment.
Echo by the trainer, shouting to Moran to keep his distance.
You keep the distance, you keep the range. You know, and if every time you take a step forward, you can't catch your opponent, mentally it drains you.
Likalu happy to stay up against the rope for the moment. That was a nice shot from Moran. Got that left through the defences of Likalu.
Likalu struggling to get past Moran's lead hand at the moment, and I think combined with the distance control by Moran, it's causing him a lot of trouble at the moment.
And then again, trying to wind up a big left. He's got a couple off. And just as you said, Philip, Likalu coming forward but not getting any punches away.
Likalu looks like he's overthinking a little bit, but then again, with the physical and mental pressure, it's understandable. Good feints by Moran.
Moran happy just to come in close then, take a few and give a few. Oh, that was a good one. Good defence from Likalu, just getting his glove in the way of that big left. Second round comes to an end, one in which Moran will be pleased with the way things have gone.
Most definitely, good shot selection by Moran, also tiring and draining Likalu with those body shots. Likalu started fast and just couldn't keep up the pace. Moran placing body shots with precision.
But in terms of how those first 2 have gone, Moran very happy, in control of what's going on. What does Likalu need to try and do to make things perhaps go his way?
I think for him it's just about controlling the lead hand and trying to get past the lead hand. Once you can get past the lead hand, you can gain some sort of control with the distance, but if you can't do those 2, it's going to be the same story for the rest of the fight.
Corners, 10 seconds.
And a lot of it is confidence also. Boxing is 90% mental, 10% physical.
Seconds out.
If he can
Round
convince
3.
himself that he can do it, 9 times out of 10, he probably will be able to.
Well, here we go with the third round. Moran will be happy the way things have gone so far. Likalu it is who's having to make the running now. He'll be having to try, as you quite rightly said, but get past Moran's lead hand if he can. Moran not letting that happen. Very good shot then from Moran. And again, getting that left working. He's been going with the jab. It's more and more of his left starting to come in now. It's coming
Moran
right from that back foot as well as he unleashes.
Definitely, Moran giving Likalu a lot to think about. And as you can see, every time, you can see it in his face. When Likalu thinks, Moran punches.
Decision-making skills is just another level, isn't it, of knowing when you're going to go, when you're not, what's happening, what you've got in front of you.
That was good work from Moran, just bending his knees, changing the looks, giving different looks to Likalu.
Once again, Likalu trying to get something happening, or make something happen, but Moran's nowhere to be seen when those punches are coming.
Definitely, Moran's doing a good job of changing the looks. Every time you change a look, you take away the target from your previous look. And it's giving Likalu too much to think about.
Likalu trying to get in close. Moran keeping the distance again this time. Well, it's a lot of effort from Likalu with not much outcome.
Likalu taking big risks to close the distance, but that might have been to his detriment.
He came across the ring, lots of footwork, lots of punches being flown, but they're hitting nothing and not doing any damage to Moran, who just went back with it and then landed a couple of good shots of his own.
To get any success, Likalu might have to do what he just did, which is just bull rush, because it seems like Moran's just controlling this. Good shot by Moran.
That was right into the chest of Likalu. He'd have felt that one. Another good left that time, but in closer, not really getting the full effect. Likalu again taking risks, hands down, opening himself up. Well, interesting third round.
Definitely, definitely. But as I said earlier on, in order for Likalu to have any success, he's going to have to bull rush him.
And the way he's been doing that, he's going in and his hands are almost down by his waist. He's wide open, isn't he, for to get knocked out if he's not careful.
Most definitely, most definitely. But I can see it in his face, and you can see he has a lot to think about, and he hasn't sort of got the control of his body because he hasn't got control of his mind.
Good test this for Moran, given the fact that it's Likalu's pro debut. He's given a good account of himself in what is unknown territory for him.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Huge learning curve as well. He would have earned so much from those first 3 rounds.
Most definitely.
Seconds out, 4th and final round.
4th and final round underway. Dylan Moran has had work to do. He's done it very well. Likalu gave it his all in the 3rd round, trying to make things happen. But Moran controlling the fight.
Again, Moran changing the looks, giving Likalu too much to think about.
Moran trying to get in close that time with a couple of lefts.
Every time Likalu punches, Moran has an answer.
Nice flurry from both boxers.
The body shots drain him physically. The answers and the quick fire responses from Moran drain him mentally.
And the lactic acid now building up for both these boxers as well, in the legs, in the arms. Physically demanding fight. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, 4 minutes or 4 rounds, 3 minutes. It's only 12 minutes, but it's another world when you're in there, isn't it?
It feels like a few years when you're in there, I tell you.
Two supremely fit athletes having at it.
See, Likalu will have to do more of that, which is ball rushing an awkward style, which gives Moran something to think about.
Yeah, if he's sending Moran backwards, the weight of the punches won't be there. Moran's had the better of it, being able to really get his body into those punches he's been sending. Some decent combinations from Likalu, but not really troubling Moran. Oh, that was a nice shot from Moran, catching Likalu on the chin.
I mean, Likalu's going to have a knockout to win this fight, but he's going to have to find an intelligent way of receiving that knockout, because Moran's keeping a very good job at keeping his distance.
Oh, Likalu trying to go with a big left.
And Likalu's going to have to do more of this if he's going to win this fight.
It might be too little too late for Likalu, but he's certainly going to go out with a flourish.
He may have to empty the tank.
We don't want to leave anything in the ring. Moran is looking to do the same here, looking to finish with some big punches. He's controlled most of the fight. And as you rightly said, unless he goes down, he's going to end up walking away with the victory. Seconds ticking away in this fourth and final round. And that brings the fight to an end.
Good fight.
Yeah, it was a very good fight. Likalu will be pleased with it overall. Good sporting spirit shown by the two fighters.
But it also shows where Likalu's at for his pro debut. Boxed a guy with more experience than him and sort of stuck in there a little bit. Just shows what level he's at and what level he can get to.
And a good test for Dylan Moran. Right now for the result from the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of welterweight action, referee Hines scores the contest 40 points to 36 points to your winner, Dylan Moran. And your appreciation, please, for a very accomplished debut from Michael Likalu.